Hey everyone, this is Bridget and I'm here in Tulum, Mexico. And this is the easternmost temple of any of the Mayan ruins. And what they said that would happen is actually because the sun rises this way, that is where the gods, their gods would return. And so they were a very advanced civilization, yet at the same time they did do sacrifice and such. But here we have a temple right behind us. The energy is really good. I know that I say that at all these sacred sites, but they are. That's what they're designed to do. So the Mayans were healers and very, of course, tuned into all the astrological things. They could track everything. They even could track our year cycle of ascension, and that's what 2012 was all about. Now that has passed, but we still are going through, there's a little give and take of a few years where we're still going through this cycle. Now the most important and funnest part for me right now with the Mayans is the energy of the Mayan Inner Earth group that Corey Goode talks about, and he's coming on our adventure. I don't know when I'm going to post this, so you'll see another video. I'm going to see if I can do a video with him talking about the Mayan Inner Earth group, because a lot of these lost civilizations actually went under Earth or off planet, and not all of them, of course, ascended, but a lot of them just went into Earth, and they still are very advanced and they're still around. So I'm really interested in connecting with the energy and figuring out what they have to share with us. And I've got another video about the Inner Earth groups if you haven't heard about that, and you can check that out at the end of this video. I'll have it linked. And now we're gonna go over to Koba to check out a ruin that we can actually climb, and I'm going to talk about the energy of what's actually happening at these sacred sites and these pyramids, why they were even created. Here is at these particular pyramid sites, they're creating scalar waves because most of the rocks created at different sites around the world, whether it's basalt, limestone, different things like that, granite, they're all magnetic or conductive. So they're running this energy. And then where these sites are located are usually on accentuated magnetic lines, natural Earth grid points. You can see this huge structure behind me too. This actually has jungle covering it. But they're created on these particular points, and then these, any kind of structure that's going up out of the ground then accentuates that magnetic energy. So on the Earth side, you have the negative electric charge being accentuated and pushed together, and then the positive electric charge coming down from the atmosphere, and that's accentuated too, which then creates it to be conductive, which helps with agriculture, which helps with healing, and of course the scalar wave opens interdimensional energy. So it also creates more magnetism, which then enables more transcendent experience, visions, hallucinations, all kinds of awesome stuff that then assists with spiritual development. So there's a lot of many uses for these, and I'll take you around for more.
Like a funny
Top of the pyramid,
like
Stacy right behind me. What do you think about this, Corey?
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Feeling good?
Feeling out of breath. My legs feel like jello. Other than that,
Yeah! Yeah, check out this view. It's insane. Don't fall down. You can see the whole forest.
1, 2, 3.
Guys, I didn't have a chance to do a video with Corey because we were so busy and having so much fun, but I had a conversation with him to update you about the Mayans, the Inner Earth group, like some stuff he has never talked about before. So here it goes. Interestingly enough, so have you heard of the Olmec civilization? They're the ones in about central Mexico. They have the giant head round blocks that look like African American features. I'll put one on the screen here. And the Olmec civilization was very, very advanced. And they created these different scalar devices from these giant stones. They did all this stuff, reworking these valleys with the water systems and really doing profound stuff that they ended up giving the technology to the Mayans. Now, who were these Olmecs, I asked, because a lot of people talk about them as probably coming over on boats from Africa. Well, Corey said that they're actually a part of Mikka's group. Do you know Mikka? He's talked about Mikka, who is now on another planet. His civilization's on another planet, And what happened is they came to Earth from another planet, this Olmec group that we know as, and during a time when the reptilians were kind of out of hand on their planet, they came to Earth and they set up, they were doing really well, and then over a while the reptilians kind of got out of hand on Earth again, so they went home. So that's where, it was actually Mikka's group, which is so cool and interesting. Now before they went home, they delivered this technology, this wisdom to the Mayans, and so that's where, even in history, they say that that technology, especially for the pyramids and such, came from. And then what actually happened to the Mayans is that, think about it, in the Yucatan area, in all of like central Mexico, even into north, like where modern day America, like the Mayan civilization was huge, millions and millions of people. Where did they go? Well, what Corey said is that 40 million of these Mayans went off planet. So they were actually picked up. The ones that were pure blood, the ones that were pure Mayan lineage got picked up, 40 million, and they left. They went off planet, and that's where the Mayan Inner Earth group came from. So they actually went Inner Earth, off planet. And the interesting part is too, is that once they went off planet, all of this beautiful energy, all of this technology, all of this kind of ascension, spiritual awakening that they had cultivated in their civilization, all of a sudden was gone, like overnight. And when you go to these sites in Mexico, where I just was, you can feel some pretty heavy darkness mixed in with some light. And it's like, well, where did this darkness come from if they were such an advanced civilization? Well, when they left, it got messy, because they were like, oh crap, the original Mayans had a real connection to source. They were using these technologies for good, and they were tapped into the infinite. But once they left, these ones that were left behind didn't quite understand how to reconnect. So that's where the sacrifice came in, where they're like, we must sacrifice to the gods, to the heavens, to like have these powers, to have, you know, it rain every year, to have all these different things happen. But it was skewed. All of it was messy. And went into the dark. So it was like, that's where the dark magic, the sacrifice came from, was actually these Mayans leaving. So, want to see a very vertical step pyramid here? Check this out. I don't even know if it's going to get to the top. It's crazy. So the more vertical that they make them, the more it creates it to be more magnetic, more of a charge. So they wanted to keep them as vertical as possible, but not too vertical that it would cause lightning strikes. So one of the things that they have at the top of these pyramids is flat tops, which helps prohibit the lightning strikes. Whereas in Egypt you would have the pinnacle at the top. And it is said, I'm not sure if this is true, that these step pyramids are download sites where the information comes in, whereas the flat ones are more of upload sites where the energy is going out. Not sure if that's true, but that's what I hear. All right, we're going to the top of the pyramid, one that we can still walk to the top of.
Okay, I'm gonna get this over.
I have my special guest here. It's my dad. And
hola!
Oh gosh. Okay, so hey Kirk, I have a question.
Okay.
We're talking about the Mayans in this video, and I wanted you just to tell us about the Mayans that ascended.
Well, according to the raw material, Law of One,
Got it?
there was 150 Mayans that ascended in the second cycle.
And what's the cycle? 75,000 years?
You know, each cycle is 25,000 years.
Okay.
And so the way that Earth's been set up recently is that we've been through 2 major cycles.
Yeah.
And at the end of the first cycle, no one was ready to shift from 3rd to 4th density.
Right.
At the end of the second cycle, there was 150 Mayans that shifted. And so we're right here in the place where they're from.
Yeah, and where did they hang out? Because there were millions of people here in the Yucatan at that time.
You know, they were kind of isolated. And as you raise your frequency, you tend to live longer.
Yeah.
And I think they were living for as much as 1,000 years. at the time.
Oh,
Those Mayans.
Oh my God.
that's amazing.
Yes, and then, so now we're at the end of the third cycle. And, whoa, be careful. And at the end of the third cycle, so we're at the end of a 75,000 year kind of triad thing, 3 cycles. And on this particular cycle,
Yeah.
this is going to be the last one before the whole Earth goes 4D or 4th density. So those people, and again, this is according to the raw material, those people that aren't ready to shift to 4th density will be shifted to a different planet. And those that do want to make the shift to 4th density will remain on this planet in a 4th density experience.
Wow.
So there it is.
So we're here getting the downloads of possibly what those Mayans were experiencing, at least putting ourselves in that space, in the place, in the environment, in the frequency as best we can, recreating it, mimicking it, so that we can get that energy, right? And as you can see, we're above the jungle line. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. There will be more to come. And if you like videos like this, please like, share, subscribe, and I will see you soon with another video. Have a great day.